We finally got this Handyman Hertz mobile going full throttle. We failed 7 times before we got this thing cruising, and you wouldn't believe how many DeWalt tools we had to use. This is version 2.0. We have a whole video on version 1.0. In my last video, I just didn't have enough power in my 20-volt brushed grinder. This new 60-volt grinder has a brushless motor, let's go ahead and throw this safety guard off, and about 4 times more power than the 20-volt brushed grinder. So let's screw it on and give it a test. So this was a huge disappointment. There's what's called an E-clutch on these things, which is an anti-kickback device, and it just will not deliver the power. But unluckily for my table saw, its wheel works great for my next power plant that I'm going to try. The Behemoth 60-volt circular saw. I had to remove the blade guard and take out this diamond part in the blade to get a better fit. Now to connect the tire to the blade, I need to drill some holes in the blade. I didn't have any cobalt drill bits at the time, so I did burn through some drill bits. But anything for the YouTube channel, right? So then I just transferred the marks onto my tire. We had to do a little nut and bolt spacing engineering, but we got it to work. Here's the completed setup, and you can see we're just ready to bolt it onto the circular saw. Alright, this is our first test. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. It's torquey. Woo. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, famous last words. We just switched these brackets around and we're ready for testing. Okay, testing 1.0. I got my OSHA approved slippers. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh.
Need more weight.
Okay, I think I need a little more down pressure, so no steering, no brakes. Here we go. Dude, no power. Our next design involved going back to the grinder and using a centrifugal clutch. Our theory was you can get that grinder spinning and then the clutch will engage and turn the tires. I got to use one of my favorite tools in the world called the spring tool. It's like a center punch on a spring. This sprocket will attach to my wheel in the back. By this time, I had some nice cobalt drill bits, so that drilled through these like butter. Next, we drilled a spot for the U-bolt to go in so that we could attach the grinder to the Handyman Hertz mobile. Next, we needed to shorten the chain, and you can see here I have very little experience with chains and did it the hard way. It's worth noting the sprocket I drilled through is attached to that wheel to make kind of a dually. The chain was a little loose, so we had to take another link out. But after we got that done, we put the chain together, and this baby's ready for testing. We test it first by catching a little air. We already got a breakdown.
Need some shock
It's not
absorbers.
engineered to off-road.
Here we go. The maiden voyage.
Oh, it came off the track. Please hold. Take 2. The issue here is that as the grinder started to go, the torque pulled the grinder towards the wheels, which loosened the chain, which caused the chain to come off the track. So we're going to screw our handle in and use this as leverage. And for a little security, we'll use a trusty little zip tie. And guess what? More chain drama. Since we made it a little bit more sturdy, we have to take out a little bit more chain. Which I seem to be going from an inexperienced noob to an expert in no time. The maiden voyage 2.0. Oh! Here we go. Oh, I was gonna jump that.
You broke the chain.
So 2 miles an hour is fine, but that just wasn't going to cut it for what I was wanting. So then I thought, why not add a second power source using the circular saw? So now we're thinking that we'll put a board a long ways, set the circular saw on the board right here. We'll match that side with a sprocket. We'll put a sprocket on that side, and we'll direct drive it to that. Now we need 4 more holes in the sprocket, but don't worry, I'll spare you from having to watch that again. Now it's just a matter of lining everything up and sending it.
Whoa, too much storage. Easy, Tyga. That's my kitchen table. I'll send it for you.
The chain wasn't aligned on the grinder, so it kept coming off. So we need to fix that before moving on. Okay, looks like everything's buttoned up and aligned. Before we put on the circular saw, let's take it to the track.
Maiden voyage 3.0. Oh, not quite. Not enough power, so we're going to hook the saw to that. There'll be a chain. We're going to do a direct drive, try no clutch, and we're going to put a board across. Derek's got some brackets we're going to put on underneath to stabilize the board to the cart, and then we're going to drill through there into the wood. So the saw is connected to the wood's connected to the wagon. Put a chain. This thing's gonna do some wheelies.
This board not only acts for a place for the circular saw to rest, but also a seat for me, which will be pretty nice because my buns didn't hardly fit in the seat. We have to cut this board so that the circular saw aligns perfectly with the sprocket on the outside of the wheel. Now enjoy the music while we do a little drilling and screwing montage. Now, more chain drama. So now we're going to have to cut this chain to length. But I got smart and got an actual chain detacher. This thing, lifesaver. It's worth its weight in gold. But luckily, it's only about $12.
That's the right tool for the right job. Oh wow, yeah, oh yeah.
Now we're going to put the car size battery and the bus size battery in, and we're going to send this thing down the drag strip. I don't know about you, but this thing looks so cool. It's kind of a mixture of a pickup with power tools and the wagon we all grew up with.
We're gonna try just this puppy right here.
Oh! Oh! Here it goes again. Oh. Oh, it came off.
So the chain keeps coming off. So I bought a bigger sprocket. I'm going to replace it with this little guy in hopes that maybe the chain can go over more teeth and around better and not make such a sharp turn and slide off.
Well, you guessed it, more chain drama. So here we go, making another link again with my favorite little new tool.
It's a little loosey-goosey.
Oh, this thing's ready to go. The inside tire was a little overpressured, so we took some air out of it.
Bigger battery, please. Need more power. Okay. Round 56 or whatever this is. So this side with the circular saw needs more torque to the wheel, so we're going to change out the sprocket. So with the smaller sprocket, we got to take out another link of chain.
So now we're going to shift the seat back and also the circular saw, which should have less chain, which hopefully won't jump off track anymore. We just got to make a few minor adjustments.
Oh, hello. Okay, here we go. A little push. Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to give me more.
You said a little.
A big push. Yeah! Okay, good. Yeah. Go back
Tim.
to doing leaky faucet videos.
Yes. What's the problem?
This is our 500th rendition and still not working.
One of the issues is as I lean on this board, the whole frame bends, which relieves tension on the chain, so then it comes off. So I think our new problem is too many RPMs, 9,000 RPMs. We're having a hard time getting the power to the wheels through this little dinky centrifugal clutch right here. So our thought is to put a CVT transmission in there, which has pretty much an unlimited amount of gears and can take all of the RPM and just gradually put the power to the wheels. If you've liked this video so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. We're going to try to put out 2 videos every week. So here we're just going to lay the grinder on its side and attach the CVT to the wagon.
It's too small. Are you kidding me?
These last few renditions have been more expensive, more time consuming, and really, really frustrating.
World's largest hammer.
But thanks to Derek's motivation, we persevered. Here's a little close-up of what it looks like before we screw it in. Now we need some sort of way to brace it to the wagon, and we just use some cheap plumbing strap.
Yes!
Look how much smoother that was too.
Let's give it a go. You ready?
Keep cutting out.
Yeah, stupid E-clutch.
Do it
What about
again.
just a little push?
So at this point, I was just beyond frustrated and didn't know what to do. Well, I might have to admit defeat and use the drill. I always knew the drill with the lower RPM and the variable speeds will work. And if for some reason this drill doesn't do it, this right here is the biggest power tool battery monster you can buy. So we'll unveil that, the beast, if this doesn't work. So the grinder didn't work because of the E-clutch, it kept cutting out. So now we're going to replace that with the drill with the same setup on the CVT transmission.
One maybe? Not enough tension.
So of course this didn't work either. There wasn't quite enough tension on the belt, and we gave as much tension on the chuck as we felt like we could without breaking it. But we had one more plan, and if this didn't work, I don't know what I would have done. Probably blown a gasket. We're going to attach the drill to a bolt that's attached to the sprocket, which is attached to the wheel. Hey, this thing's got some promise, so let's take it one last time to the drag strip.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. Should we wait for the plane? Oh my word. Oh, we did it! Whoa, no brakes! Oh, a little off-roading opportunity. Oh, so much power. Well, it bucked me off in first gear, so I'm gonna put in second gear for speed. And if we need, third gear.
Yeah. You need in here? Oh, no. I'm watching this.
Okay.
Well, second gear just didn't work. I don't know if the E-clutch kicked in or if the motors has an overload safety, but it didn't work. I had to go back to first gear.
It's a little squirrely.
We finally did it, and I couldn't be more happy after a long journey. But this is only part 2. Part 3 is coming up. Before I start the video on part 3, I need your guys' help in the comments to figure out my grinder
That
issue.
thing at high speeds is hard to...
Here we go! And there goes my editor for a little joyride. That drill worked okay, but I'm looking for a little bit more speed. And with that, I introduce the whole hog. 60 volt power. This thing is almost unstoppable. But then again, if anything could stop it, it would be the Handyman Hertz mobile. Anyways, I'm going to connect this in my third video, maybe to the CVT, or maybe to the wheel, or figure out something else. But this thing is an absolute dog. A lot of you watching are a lot smarter than us, and I really want to use this 60 volt grinder. It's got a ton of power, but the issue is as soon as this spins, it engages, so we can't maximize the top end RPMs where the power is on this grinder. You can see the kickback, the E-clutch for anti-kickback engages and doesn't allow the power to go. So help me in the comments to see how I can use this grinder and how I can get the grinder spinning fast and then get that power transferred to the wheels.